I know.
It's ya boy. First name Chill, last name Monger. First name Darius. Username Planet Fanatics. Good morning. Breaking news. Morning report. Woke up.
What is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody?
It's a fine Friday. Got to get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Weekend. Partying, partying. Yeah. You know that one?
Yes, that
Did you
was.
like it or did you dislike it back when we had that on YouTube?
Um, I don't know. I remember she just came out of nowhere, and it took over that. It took over. Everybody
And
was
then
going back to school.
Katy Perry had a song called Friday, and she had a little cameo role in the Rebecca Black cameoed in that. It was cool.
Rebecca Black just also like had a set at like Lollapalooza.
Good. Because what, she was
I mean,
13 when that happened, so by now she's probably the great age for performing, all the experience.
like, what is she performing? What is the experience? The
She had a
Rebecca
song called
Black
Saturday, and
experience.
I'm not joking. She did a song called Saturday.
So what's the experience though? Is it like are we reliving the annoyance that was Friday?
You didn't like it?
I mean, I won't say I disliked it because it I don't know. It was in our heads. Like it was just in our heads. It was one of those songs that we just sang because everybody was singing it. It was catchy. It just came out of nowhere. I'm
You're
not gonna, but anyway,
complimenting it.
that's fine, cool. But what's the experience? What am I getting by going to Rebecca Black's Lollapalooza set? Like, what am I? What? So,
What would you get when you see Ashanti performing? She was just here last week.
brother, the fact that you said, "What am I getting from Ashanti?" opposed to what am I getting from Rebecca Black? No, how is she even? I didn't even know she was famous.
Yeah, to
I
some
thought
people.
she was I thought she was the equivalent of Alex from Target, like here for the moment.
I don't even know who that is.
Maybe it was a United States thing.
Okay. Was it like Jake from State Farm?
No, it was this guy because women. Anyway, I'm not gonna say it that way. It was this guy that worked for Target. He was like a teenager at the time. I don't know. And some girls took a picture of him, posted on the internet. Alex from Target, and all these other girls started retweeting it. Then he was on
Okay.
Ellen the fucking Generous.
Yeah, that's all it took to be on Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah,
Remember that guy? Damn, Daniel, you got the Vans. Showed up on Ellen. Vans hooked him up with like a life supply of shoes.
yeah. Those girls that sung the uh, Super Bass by Nicki Minaj, and then she flew them out, and they're still like on red carpets interviewing uh, celebrities today. If you,
Rebecca Black is that tier of like, okay, you were here, you went viral, bye. But to some people, because it's music, you can hear it again, play it again. There's a reason why it has
I'm
100
just
million
curious.
views.
Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know. I didn't know if she went on to make albums. I didn't know if she tours. Does she do meet and greets? Are these like sold outs? I mean, maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to be sold out. Not every fandom has to be to the level of a Beyonce for you to be successful. So, if she has fans and she's successful,
She's
Friday it
just like
on.
Ashanti.
That she's not like Ashanti, but Friday it on.
Good morning, family. Peacemaker season 2 is gonna have cameras set up. Has Peacemaker season 2 gonna have cameos set up the rest of the DCU. What's up, Darius and Chill and Chat? Torian Rain Reloaded. Go subscribe to his channel. Morning, fellas. What's up, everybody? Peace, brothers. Hey, Jay Wolf. Understandings here. What's up, Xavier Phoenix, Ricardo Woods?
What's up,
What's good?
Ricardo?
And we got one called Noel Gonzalez saying, "Hey, Marvel announced D23 showcase release Doomsday, Wonder Man, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Vision Quest, X-Men, and X-Men is a yay, and the New York Comic Con maybe Nova show." Ooh, I don't know if has New York Comic Con been a place where they do the TV stuff. I feel like New York Comic Con is more comics than it is that.
I don't
Though,
know. There's an article on some things they'll talk that says that there's an article on some things that they will talk about, I guess, at New York Comic Con. What is he talking about though? The D23 showcase release? Did I miss something? Did something?
that's what it's called. D23 showcase is coming up 2 weeks from now.
That's what it's called. At D23 is coming up. Duh.
Yeah, it's
My
their
fault.
convention, but it's in
My
Orlando
fault.
this year.
My fault. My fault.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll talk about all that. And if that's happening so soon, close to New York Comic Con, which is October, why don't you just let all of your information out here at Disney's event and not at, Comic Con, which isn't your event? I hope the Lord gives everyone a nice and easy Friday.
Yes, sir.
London calling, greeting black folks, both hosts and chat.
My what's up, stamina? No, my morning was not easy going so far, and I'm honestly kind of on one, and it's because I dash, and oh my gosh, it's frustrating. As I was so yesterday, okay, yesterday as I was dashing, and normally it doesn't take me long. It takes me like I have a goal that I try to reach every. So what I did, as you guys know, I quit my 9 to 5 about a year ago. I said to myself, as long as I can make what I was making or more, and sometimes I do make more, what I was making in a day at my 9 to 5. Why do I need a boss? So I was like, I can literally go do this myself without answering to somebody because I don't even play well with people like that. So I've been doing this for like a year. People were telling me, oh, you don't make good money doing. I beg to differ. I think it really depends on where you live. Because I live in a college town, I get orders out the ass. I mean, I'm constantly busy. But when I'm there, yesterday, again in the busyness, the there they don't have a system set up with DoorDash. Like if there's a car accident, or let's say you get pulled over, or you run out of gas, or something happens, or something like that that delays you from getting to the destination on time. There's nothing in place like within the app that you can click on and say, "Oh, I've gotten in a car accident," and then maybe they alert the customer or whatever. You have to call DoorDash. And I don't have a problem calling DoorDash. And when I say this, please don't think that I'm one of these people. I'm not at all. I don't care where you're from, what you do, whatever, race, background, color, creed. I don't care about any of that stuff. As long as you are a good person, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, when I call though, and I'm speaking to people from, I don't know, the other side of the world, and they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, I've called, this is not the first time I've had to call them, but today I was already on one because I had called yesterday and tried to explain to them what happened. And she assured me that, oh, I've put it in the notes. It's not going to affect anything. You should be fine. Well, when I got on this morning, it affected my shit. And you have to have a certain score. You want to keep a certain score. Anyway, it affected my shit. So I called them, went off on her or whoever it was. It wasn't the girl I talked to yesterday. Went off, blah, blah, blah. She's coming back and forth with me talking about, I do understand. I'm so sorry. No, you don't understand. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You guys say you understand, blah, 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 blah. You don't understand. I'm like, you guys have to have these things put in system. So I said, I was like, I understand that since this call is recorded, use this phone call in the next training session or whatever, so y'all can better prepare people for how to. And I was like, and I asked her, I was like, and what is the purpose of y'all's job? Because every time I call, y'all can never do anything. I was like, are y'all hiring? Because what you're doing is what I want to do. Nothing. I'm like, what? You guys are good for nothing. I don't understand it.
Are you doing that monologue on her just because you know it's being recorded and someone else might hear it?
Oh, anytime I call any customer service place, because I worked in customer service for, I think, I mean, I worked in customer service for maybe 7 years, 8 years, uh, for a while, and so I know how to conduct myself as a on the other end of the phone, receiving the call or giving the call as a customer. But when I'm the customer and I know, that you as the customer service person have to listen to me, you have to take what I'm saying, and then you try to overtalk me and stuff like that. Like I'm like, so yeah, and I always let them know. I know this is being recorded,
Yeah.
and I want you to use this recording, and I want you. And I always say that shit, always, always. Like fuck them, especially when they get an attitude. Like nobody told you to work in customer service then. But my thing with DoorDash is you need to have people that understand what the fuck we're talking about, because they don't understand. They have no idea. No idea. They're useless. No idea what they're talking about. Every time. And I told her that. I said, I know there's nothing you can do. I was like, I know. I already know. I was like, I'm just calling. I'm calling honestly at this point just a fucking vent. I was like, because there's nothing you can do from your end. There's no buttons you can press. There's nothing that you can input. I was like, I don't understand what y'all's purpose is. Oh, I do understand. My dumb ass, I put my last name as my first name. So they call me Henderson. Oh, I'm so sorry, Henderson. I don't. Ooh, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to end this phone call. But again, use this phone call in training. So it's frustrating.
No, I'm with it. Yeah, let it all out. Better to get it out on me and the rest of the chat, and we all listen. We all found that entertaining. It's all good, bro. Yeah, let that shit out. Look, what matters is the lifestyle that you're choosing, the hours that you're deciding to spend on,
yeah.
and then plus what we're doing on YouTube and how we're growing. Thanks to everyone in the chat. We surely appreciate you guys for showing up and not being like, okay, 5 days a week with these two. I don't know. I think they're just a one day a weeker. Nah, bro, they're still calm.
Can't
We love you
tolerate.
guys.
Yeah.
Keep watching the ads before the video plays.
Yeah. And that's really the point though, that what Chill just said at the end. In all that frustration, I rather deal with that. And I literally said that after I kind of I don't regret calling them. I never do. But when I got to after I got my drink, got my drink, da 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 da, I was like, you know what? I still rather be doing this than clocking in every day mindlessly to a 9 to 5. There's absolutely there's no way. I don't even think with me doing this as long as I've been doing it now, I don't, unless God forbid something happened, I go to a 9 to 5. Like I can't. I cannot. I can't. I'm free, bro. Like the thing is with DoorDash, I make money daily. It's not like because you have the option of either making money at the end of the week. They save it for you. At the end of the week, you can make it day. I choose to make it daily. I make money every day, and so whatever my set goal is, I make that every single day. So it's not like I have to do that as soon as I leave here. I can do that if I want to, which I do sometimes after we get done, if I want to go lay in my bed, sit back and watch a movie and then go do that at like 6 o'clock, I can go do that and make my goal and be home by 10. I'm fine. I'm like, brother, I will. And like if there's like a weekend, which I try not to do it on the weekends, but like, let's say I'm like, damn, I need like a 50 extra bucks for something. Let me go make this 50 bucks real quick. And sometimes that can be in like 2 orders. Just depends. I'm free. I just feel free.
You got to go up to Edmund for those orders.
Hell no.
There's no strings on me. The villain Ultron, right?
No strings on me.
Yo, cool. But which ninja? Is it like a Ninja Turtle? Or how does a Ninja Turtle fare with a Robin?
No.
You know what I'm going for. You're just not gonna laugh at my little corny ass joke. Okay.
No.
Empathy.
Oh, I definitely have empathy. I definitely have empathy. I would love for you all to be on other ends of these conversations. Again, if you don't dash, you don't understand the frustration of dashing and the frustration. And this is not just a Mia thing. You can go on TikTok and type in dasher frustrations. This is their app. This is a whole bunch of other things. So the empathy is not lacking by any means.
James Gunn talk. Let's go DC, everyone. Hello and thanks for all who have joined so far. Let's start this thing off with the Hollywood Reporter. What movie are they showing up there on Hulu and Disney? You can stream this summer. What is it called? I don't care. James Gunn says Superman's got a swift digital release due to Peacemaker Season 2. Okay, here's some explanations. I'm going to skip right to the quote part. Well, it's very complicated, but the truth is, it is because of Peacemaker, he said, when asked what drove the mindset of releasing the film on streaming so soon after Superman's theatrical release. I originally thought Peacemaker was going to be coming out next month, Gunn added. There was a lot of things that are beyond our control. So that Peacemaker is coming out now, and at the end of the day, I wanted everyone to be able to see Superman that wanted to, even those people who couldn't get to a theater before Peacemaker, and that's really the reason for it. Okay, then, what I just heard was watching Superman is integral to watching Peacemaker, so therefore Superman has to be available on streaming before you can stream Peacemaker. In a way, I'm upset because the theatrical window is cut so short. In a way, I'm also pleased because it means one project leads to another. What will James Gunn learn from this? Yes, have one project lead to another, but don't have them so close because the studio gets to decide which month Peacemaker airs on. They thought it was going to be Peacemaker's going to happen in October. And nope, it's going to happen in August. Okay. I'm satisfied with his answer. He is a big liar, and that might not be the answer to why Superman is on streaming so soon, but whatever. I'm not mad at James Gunn right now. I got an answer. All right, I'm pleased with it. That's not supposed to be the norm. We won't have such a short window when it comes to Supergirl because there probably won't be a Peacemaker season 3 that Supergirl's got to lean into. That's the answer. Darius?
I mean, I also don't think he, because they're projecting right now. I saw a deal yesterday that said that Superman is projecting across 600. So I really don't think they did better than I think what even they expected. Because they predict 5, and now they're about to cross 6. So they've made $1 million more than what they expected.
That's such a low projection. That's the low bar, so you know you pass it. So you go, see, we beat our expectations, 500. The quote continues. He says, "It's talking about Peacemaker, right? It leads directly into Peacemaker." Oh my god, I hate when my mouse does that, and I don't understand why it does that. It leads into Peacemaker. It's a big part. Definitely, Superman leads directly into Peacemaker. He explained. It should be noted that this is for adults, not for children. But Superman leads into this show, and then we have the setting up of all the rest of the DCU in this season of Peacemaker. It's incredibly important, bro. Don't lie to me, James Gunn. You're already not very credible, but that's for shooting down scoopers, and we can kind of say that. You are now advertising that it's incredibly important for the universe. I want that. I'm mad at Disney and Marvel for not providing some of that interconnectivity. It sounds like you're doing it, James. Okay, execute. Because both me and Darius didn't see season 1 of Peacemaker, and we're actually interested in hearing what goes on in Peacemaker season 2. I know I'm tuning in for episode 1. You're tuning in. You're give it a shot. So don't lose this James Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it is important. I mean, he says it's going to not only explain Peacemaker being in this universe or the new DC universe, which we kind of saw or did see in the trailer, but also what DC is building to, and what a character to have to watch to know what DC is building to. He says it's not Crisis. What is it if not Crisis?
Oh, what are the other multiversal, universal things? Whatever it is, it's John Cena. Shout out to John Cena, bro. This guy's having a fucking amazing year. Because his movie with Idris Elba was great. And then the wrestling aspect and the storyline there and how limited he is. Oh my God. He's going to face Lesnar. I'm sorry to talk wrestling because I know you don't care about it, but I hope he faces somebody brand new, not just Brock Lesnar. You know who Brock Lesnar is?
Do
The
I know
tattoo?
who is? No, that sounds like somebody that comes to your door and sells vacuums. I have no idea who these people are.
Man,
Zero clue who these people are.
yo, remind me to clip that at 20 minutes. That sounds like he sells vacuums. I'll put a picture of this muscled up dude.
I have
Yeah.
no idea who these people are. I only know Cena because of his acting. I know Batista now, and I didn't know he was a wrestler when I saw him acting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew The Rock
The one who looks like Storm.
because of y'all.
What's her name though?
Something Cargill.
Jade Cargill. Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
someone was in Star Wars too. Do you remember her?
I don't remember her name, but I know she's in Mandalorian.
Okay.
Um, and then the brother just died.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
I think that's the only ones I know.
Well, no, that's good though. That's good to at least test the casuals, or not even casual. I guess you're not a non-fan, but how many of the populars? Because I don't watch skateboarding. I know Tony Hawk, right? How many people break through? That's important also.
Oh, there's another one, Tony Hawk, and then there was Ethan Scheckler. Was that his name?
Ryan Sheckler.
Ryan Scheckler. That little motherfucker was popular.
I only know him because Run DMC had him on his.
I know him because he also had a TV show on MTV. He had like a reality show. It
Okay.
was actually pretty good. He was a depressed little kid, but it was actually pretty good.
It,
Where the fuck is he now?
he
Where
didn't get
are
the
these
Nintendo
people?
64 video game, so he's out of the zeitgeist. There's a
Ryan
no.
Scheckler. He's 35.
Oh, 35. That's still your prime, right? Like you can still do tricks.
He doesn't look 35.
Oh,
I guess you could say he does. Yeah, that's a white 35. Yeah,
that is so offensive.
that's not. It's not. They don't all age badly, but it's not.
You're supposed to praise. You're supposed to say "Black don't crack" and celebrate that. You don't go and say that part. Okay, that's the silent part.
No, uh, no, because not all black stays together. I know some black that has cracked. Okay, he Ryan Sheckler. But what I pulled up the DC events. There's Crisis. There's Death of Superman. There's sort of Dark Knight, Flashpoint, Justice League
Flashpoint.
Forever, Evil,
We kind of did that. Sorry, we kind of did Flashpoint already.
Green Lanterns, Blackest Night, Elseworlds, Kingdom Come, Dark Knights, Batman Dark Knights, Green Lanterns, Sinestro Corps War, DC Multiverse Final Crisis, Dark Knights Death Metal, Justice League Dark Side War.
Dark Side War. Wait, these are events, but are they multiversal crossing over different universe events? I didn't read them.
Mm, yeah, this is. Yeah, I believe these are.
Okay.
Well, the one I just read was at least.
I do feel like
Doomsday
James Gunn will
Clock.
do Kingdoms Come. Yeah.
Doomsday Clock.
Yes, I saw that animated, didn't I? No, I'm thinking of another movie. Forget it. But whatever happens, whatever he chooses to do for Peacemaker and adapt, boom, it's going to be important. So he says, "Okay, James, you got me."
There's a lot of different crisis when there's Infinity Crisis, Heroes in Crisis,
Yeah.
Identity Crisis.
Final Crisis.
I don't see that one.
Keep
Drowned
scrolling.
Earth,
It'll be the last one.
Justice League slash Suicide Squad, Justice League versus Suicide Squad. Oh, well, why not just put that first? Endless Winter, and that's it. 0 Hour. I think I might have said that one though. So I wonder what event it is he's building to. Because he says it's not Crisis, and I'm actually really fine with it not being Crisis, because I feel like every time we've gotten kind of we ramp up with something DC, it's always like, all right, Crisis or Flashpoint, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, let's do something else. So I'm cool with it not being Crisis. We just had that cartoon that was Crisis, that 2-part cartoon. I didn't even like that. The animation. Why did they change their animation at DC? It's like this, like it's weird.
Yeah. I hated it when Arthur did it, and I know it's different levels, but when Arthur changed the animation, I said this is not the same essence, man.
Arthur the Aardvark?
Yeah.
They changed their animation?
Yeah, it looks a little different after maybe season 10. And I'm sure it's cheaper, but it's technologically like pleasing. I'm sure it's easier to edit, but it just didn't do it for me.
Oh, understanding. It's 3 parts. That Crisis deal is 3 parts. Damn.
Who is Rob Dyrdek? Is
I
he
didn't
like some
watch it all.
is this guy some sort of
Rob Deerdeck?
yeah, what does he do?
What? The ridiculousness. Robin Big? Damn.
He posted that.
Was his
But he
kid?
was like Ryan Sheckler, the MTV era type. Okay.
No. He was like, well, I guess you could say that, but Robin Big, like he had this reality show with this dude named Big. Oh yes, R.I.P. Big, like Ricardo said.
Yeah.
But they like had this like dope ass skateboard fun house that they like hung out, did shit in all the time. It was a reality show. But Ridiculousness is not a reality show. It's a show that he hosts with different clips of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've checked it out before, but it's just not like oh god, go to it's on. Like it's not. I don't know. I don't want to diss it either, guys. If you're fans of it, yeah.
You didn't like Ridiculousness?
No, I didn't hate it. It was just wasn't a routine watch. It was all right. It was just clips. Yeah, sure.
I liked Ridiculousness. I couldn't stand what's her name, Chanel West Coast.
I saw her talking to Charlamagne arguing about whether she was good or not.
Yes, I remember that. That was funny as hell. I can't stand her though. She talks like she has her mouth full of dentures. Like there's dentures in her mouth. I don't like her though. She's irritating. She was irritating on the show. Sterling Brown, who I found out 2 weeks ago was in Hardball. Did not know that.
One of the kids who plays.
He's one of the kids in Hardball.
Oh man, dog! That Hardball cast, they better do a reunion. I need a sequel. I need to find out if Michael B. Jordan's character was responsible for G Baby. Like that was his gang initiation, and then G Baby died because of it. They're not thinking. Am I still sharing the snowboarding? My bad. Well, that's Zeb Powell. I wanted to share that, and that's I follow him. He's great. He's like he looks cool when he goes down the half pipe or whatever it's called, the hill.
Have you ever done that?
I should. And I made a phone call with someone and I was like, yo, we gotta go. We didn't do it. I made that phone call in February. But coming up, God willing, this winter, I have to. I'm here, right?
I was tricked into doing it. I didn't. I
where?
In Angel Fire, New Mexico.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. It was spring break. Here I am thinking we're going to, they were like, oh, I don't know. My dumb ass. I don't know what I was thinking. New Mexico and Mexico are obviously very different. But I don't know. I was thinking somewhere hot, warm. No, sir. Somewhere. Angel Fire, New Mexico has got to be what? Population maybe 100 on a good day. They told us literally when we got there, and I was tricked. These were my friends. They told us when we got there, and still are my friends. Told us when we got there, be careful going outside at night for the bears. Excuse me? What? Where are we? Why am I here? This is not my spring break. I didn't have snow. I had Vans. I didn't have snowshoes. We're on this big ass fucking mountain that cost $500 to get the damn gear and shit. So prepare your pockets for that gear. That gear is expensive as fuck.
Okay.
Just for me to keep falling and like I don't even know how to do that. I got off that shit and got on the tube. The tube was fun. The tube, the big donut that you go down the hill, that shit was fun.
That's fun. Okay. It was snowing. I was younger, but one of my neighbors had a snowboard and we had a hill. And he was like going down it. And it was cool to see him snowboard. And then they were like, hey, Showmonger, try it out. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And damn, that snowboarding was so slippery. And I was like, all right, one try was enough. But I was young. I might have been 14 when that happened. And I should have got back and tried again. But I was just like, no, this is unsafe because a whole hill. Who knows what could happen? Now I just fall down. I would know. Okay, I'm going too fast. Let me just fall and break the speed so I don't kill myself. I wish I would have tried it more and more. That was the only experience I had with the snowboard.
Yeah.
But Zeb Powell's really good at it.
Fun times. Fun times.
Let's
Were you
keep
a
things deep.
real quick? Were you a airsoft kid?
What is that? Airsoft?
The airsoft guns. They
Nah,
shoot
never.
the little plastic balls.
Nope.
Crazy. That shit. Now that was fun. That was fun. I had a shotgun, I had a sniper, and an M16. My M16 was my treasured gun, but that sniper rifle would fuck you up if I got on somebody's roof. Whew. Those were fun times, bro. Like, cause I lived in a neighborhood, like half the bus got off at my stop. So we were, on weekends, weekdays, even, we were all just like, especially when we all got into airsoft, because like we all kind of graduated to airsoft together, like stopped playing with action figures, started playing with, you know, other things. We started playing the airsoft guns. Fun as shit. Just running around the neighborhood in the creek, people jumping people's backyards, shooting each other, walkie talkies. Like
Huh.
that was man, childhood, fun
That
times.
water guns was cool.
Yeah, we graduated from that. It was like, is that hurt? No. All right, we got to get these airsoft guns.
Yeah. Yo, water guns, water balloons. There would just be water day, and like, yeah, let's do it. And then the kids who don't have it, they're just watching. I'm not allowed to get wet. That didn't matter.
Nerf or nothing was fun too. Nerf now. The guns that Nerf has now, it's like, damn, where were those Nerf guns when I was a kid? Got fucking automatic. I'm like, Nerf? Damn. Yeah.
I had water balloons look like grenades. Haha. Old man was in army. Respect.
See, I was just I was a very, very, very creative kid. Out of my mother's children, I've got the best brain. I was very creative, and so when we started playing with airsoft, I had the idea because you had to buy the ammunition. You could buy it in different quantities. So we bought this really, really big one, and got plastic Easter eggs, filled them, cut a little hole in the tip, got like a black cat firecracker, lit it, and would throw them. Shit would go everywhere. It's fun times, man.
Yeah,
Fun
yeah, yeah.
times.
Definitely got the whole block. Yeah, as many who would participate. We go to the fandom wire for a little bit of controversial takes. Superman. Why did Rachel Brosnahan kiss David's corn sweat after James Gunn yelled cut? Bro, this is what people are talking about. I'll go straight to that clip. Here it is.
Cut. Great. Cut.
Watch it again.
Cut. Great. Cut.
Okay. She kissed him afterwards. This is the first time you've seen that? No, we've talked about it. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big a deal, right? To me, she's still in character. Yeah, I heard him say cut, but you're still acting all the way through. And I'd rather have an actor who overcommits and acts longer than needed than to have someone who breaks too early. And then I'm in the editing room and I'm like, damn, if we just had 3 more seconds without them breaking face. So I'm perfectly fine with it. So normal. I'm good with it, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't see a problem.
yeah,
A
there's
lot of
no
people do.
secret to why. It reminds me of? Remember that time Pam was telling us about how, fucking Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, those two, they had a thing on set, and there was a camera recording them, and there were extras, and all they were supposed to do was hold each other and kiss each other on camera, and then Justin Baldoni took it too far, and I'm like, you're in front of a camera, you're only here because you were hired to be here, you're acting with the love interest. What you do, I will always give it. I'll never go, oh, she was really trying to kiss on Superman because she liked it. Like you're on. It's so every excuse, every like alibi, you're covered. Like you did nothing wrong in that situation, Rachel. Plus you're married, he's married. Like we know it was just a day at the office.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think people are just being what people typically are on the internet, overanalyzing everything, thinking they know everything, and um, again, I always say I think it's so crazy when we think that we know these celebrities' personal lives and people, because people have been like trying to, and when I say that, I'm talking about deeper than this video, the stuff people have been saying, like trying to dive deep into Brosnan's relationship with her husband, talking about they've been having problems. Bitch, how do you know that? Like, who told you that? Like, what? Like, the things people say on Twitter is crazy, and I'm like, it's a big deal because somebody saw this video and
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'm about to make this a big deal," and then I don't know.
And
Is she
when you
unhappy at
make it,
home? Who knows?
when someone's beaking, that's Toronto slang for like when they're doing that, when they're talking it, you can't recognize it. You can't give it oxygen like Rachel Brosnahan's husbands did when he reacted to the online hate over Superman's co-stars. The article says, and I'm reading Fandom Wire, the kiss is a part of a playful yet layered interaction, and they described it as foundational for this generation's Clark and Lois. He also made it quite clear that Superman hinges on the relationship between their romantic entanglement. Lois knows everything about him, so he's in a very vulnerable position. He's madly in love with this woman and desperately wants her to understand him and appreciate him and love him back. However, social media has exploded from the takes that range from admiration to skepticism. They've questioned the sanctity of both Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet's marriage to their respective partners. But the most unlikely reaction came from Jason Ralph. Jason is her husband, Rachel's husband. He liked an Instagram comment that labeled him as a cuckold over his wife's visible chemistry with Cornsweet. Some thought this action was genuine shade, while others saw it as sarcasm. Okay, is it A, genuine shade, or B, sarcasm? Chat, that is a question for you. Is it him providing shade or sarcasm? Shade, sarcasm. Vote now. I'll get to you in a second because I know there's a lag. So let us know what you guys think. In the end, the kiss. Well, wait. Sarcasm. Regardless of intent, Ralph has turned off Instagram comments and fueled even more speculation. Again, Ralph, don't squirm, don't react, don't provide a reason for them to say, aha, you see, there is something there. But I also understand protecting your peace and going, no comments, and I'll turn it back on next week. I'm giving both sides. In the end, the kiss that has sparked so much debate is what two committed actors would likely face if they stay locked in their characters. But what do you think of Brosnahan's unscripted kiss with Cornsweet? Is it a sign of perfect casting or something else? You think that what Ralph did was right or wrong? Was it shade or was it sarcasm? He just liked the Instagram post. It was sarcasm. Sounds
Sarcasm.
sounds white because I'm not joking like that. Yeah, most people are saying it was just him being sarcastic. Just here, I'll like it, but don't be sarcastic. But also mute your comments. Don't like just pick a lane and then continue writing it out.
Yeah. Like I said the other day when we were talking about it, I was just like, it's crazy that people have made this a big deal. I don't even know, even liking it as sarcasm, because it just feels, But I mean, can't tell that man what he can and cannot do on his profile. I mean, if he found it funny, secure enough in his relationship, he's fine.
Yeah. That's really it, man. But Fandom Wire picked it up. Other people are talking about it. It's a thing. Not a major thing, but a thing nonetheless. I'm going to skip over now to the New York Comic Con things that we were supposed to cover. The site cannot be reached. Refresh. Let me close some of my tabs. Funny, it's still not refreshing.
Right sound, I don't see I've gone through the deal that has told me to where it would be for you to be unblocked in live chat. But it's not. Your name is not there.
So you are unblocked, fake victim. Look at these guys crying. He just wants attention. He was like,
Well,
"Ooh."
maybe and maybe not, because I don't see any of the other people's names that were blocked names there either.
Oh.
So I don't know.
We'll get you. Okay, then. Entertainment Weekly is covering this New York Comic Con. Game of Thrones prequel, X-Men reunion, It, Welcome to Derry, and more. At New York.
Yay!
Which one? It or Welcome to Derry? Well, which one is a yay?
The Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
Yay. And Game of Thrones. That's the real big yay.
An Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reunion. Hey, sometimes if Marvel has representation at that event and they'll see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they'll listen to the fandom and they'll say, why aren't we doing anything with this? The people like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So maybe that's a good place to have a reunion, a good time.
And then we can fuck it up. We'll fuck up what they like.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that Beau Demayo tweet talking about, we're jealous because we had nothing to do with X-Men 97. I believe you, Beau. I'll keep believing you because I am not Jeff Snyder. I'm not Jeff Snyder's source. Okay. The dust has settled on San Diego Comic-Con, but now it's New York City's turn. Entertainment Weekly can exclusively reveal the lineup of panels and programming coming to New York Comic-Con, which runs from Thursday, October 9 till October 12 out of Manhattan's Javits Center. Put on Read Pop. The annual convention will include sneak peeks at highly anticipated TV series, including Game of Thrones prequel, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, with George R. Martin in attendance. That's kind of surprising, though. Stephen
That
King.
George R. R. Martin is attending? Not really. He'd do anything but write that damn finish wins a winner.
Yeah, okay. Stephen King based It precursor, It, Welcome to Derry. Animated series Invincible, season 4. Okay. There's not going to be a 2-year break. The Mighty Nine. What's that?
Well, they said that animation for Invincible season 4 is great. They said expect so much more, the same action, obviously, blah, blah, blah. That last season, great. So good, so good. So more of that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was cool, but I'm not interested in another season. Yikes. More from the article. Stephen King, Welcome to Derry's The Mighty Nine, Season 1. An Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reunion with some of the stars of Marvel TV animation panel and so much more. So there, Marvel TV and animation. You're going to get Brand Winderbaum. On the movie side, Paramount's The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell, will take center stage. Though Blumhouse and Sony Pictures are returning to the con with panels to tease undisclosed upcoming features, X-Men stars James McAvoy, Nicholas Hoult, Elliot Page are also uniting on stage to reminisce about their days on that superhero franchise. See the panel roster below. Critical Role and Prime Video, a decade of adventure and the animated world of Exandria. As the countdown begins for November 19 premiere, The Mighty Nine. What the hell is that? On Prime Video. I'm not going to watch it.
The Mighty Nine?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not watching. I don't even know what the hell that is.
After these messages, we'll be right back. It's an animated series. Kind of looks like the way that Invincible is animated. What is it about?
The Mighty Nine.
9, that means no in German.
9. It does mean no in German. We learned that in elementary, and we used to drive our teacher insane with that. 9.
I hear something playing, and I don't know where it's coming from. Let me just no longer be there anymore. As the countdown begins, Mighty Nine on Prime Video joins Critical Role's cast and executive producers Laura Bailey, Matthew, all these names, for a can't miss conversation about what's next in their expanding universe. Get the inside scoop on the upcoming animated series, fresh updates on the Legend of Vox Machine, Machina.
Vox Machina.
That's it.
Machina. I forget how they say it.
They're on 4 seasons. And special look ahead at Campaign 4 of Critical Role's flagship show. Plus, celebrate 10 incredible years of storytelling with the cast. Why are they not talking about how Ian was going to have a presence at New York Comic Con? We might get a trailer.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, really?
HBO and HBO Max presents a Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Now, I care about this. The journey into Westeros with Dunk and Egg. Step back into Westeros a century before Game of Thrones. Time out.
Yay.
House of Dragon is 200 years before Game of Thrones?
House of Dragon is yes, 200 years before Game of Thrones.
Okay, so this is after House of Dragon.
200 years before Game of Thrones, or is it 100?
Then they
No,
both.
I have to look.
I'd really, really love if they happened at the same time, and one season would reference something, and you would say, "Yep, oh, that character. Oh, look, he's there, and now he's here." That'd be cool.
House of Dragon is 172, well, approximately 200 years before Game of Thrones. Yes,
Okay.
but I mean they're definitely going to do that because he himself, Sir Dunk the Tall, is mentioned in Game of Thrones. Like I said, when Joffrey is talking, belittling his uncle, he's reading about Sir Dunk the Tall, and he's saying how Sir Dunk has like 7 pages. He's like, and why do you only have 1? And all that kind of stuff.
And from that, we get a new show. I didn't read the books. I don't remember many references like that.
Oh, I didn't read the books. That's in the show.
Yeah, but I haven't also rewatched the show, and I haven't done the Easter egg dive with the show. I'm not as much as I've loved Game of Thrones, up until the end. I just didn't give it that, and I would have if they had a great ending.
Really, I rewatch Game of Thrones probably as much as I watch either The Big Bang or Star Wars. It'll be on as background sometimes. I love Game of Thrones up to a certain point.
My background is Torian Reign Reloaded. My background is what's John Campia talking about. Like I do a lot more YouTube, I guess.
Oh, I'm on YouTube way more than I'm on any of my streaming services.
Because
when I'm on YouTube, I'm like watching like OCDA. I'm watching Low for some of those other channels like that, or Jon Stewart, which I did hear that conversation yesterday. I'd absolutely vote for Jon Stewart. Absolutely.
Q, your background is YouTube Shorts. That's not background. Because every 60 seconds it refreshes, right? And you have to finger it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. You have to swipe. There it is. That's not background, Q. You're too involved with your background. And I heard something about how we get dopamine rushes because every time we switch to a new environment, that activates something in us. And historically, new environments and rustling grass, and that would always alert us. Yeah, bro, you can't. No, step it up. Yeah, they just be playing over and over, bro, until you get up and move and turn it off. But yeah, if you're cooking food or something, YouTube is the answer. If you're painting a star on your wall, YouTube is playing. Blues House is one of my YouTube go-tos. HBO Max presents A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Journey into Westeros with Dunk and Egg. George R. R. Martin's going to be there. It says it stars Peter Claffey as Sir Duncan Dunk the Tall, and Dexter Soul Ansel Egg introduced the new HBO series A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. We deserve this, man. It's been a hard few years with our entertainment, but a Game of Thrones related show, absolutely. Do they keep the theme song? Yes, they should.
It is the same theme song, I believe. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, is it the same as in House of Dragon?
Intro, yeah. The House of Dragon intro is just like Game of Thrones.
That's right. So, yeah, you do keep.
Don't play with that. That song means something to us.
I agree. Don't play with it. Let me see. Hold on.
Nah, I'm either making some music or working on graphics, so I forget they're playing sometimes. Ayo, Steve. Dwayne says this is waste of money and time to me. Wow, really? Because with the time period they're giving, because if they continue with House of Dragons, it will go into this time period.
Wait, what?
But yeah, why does that make it a waste of time? It will go into the time period. You could say you prefer a different time period, but I wouldn't call this all a waste of time. This builds lore. And one day, those Game of Thrones actors, we will get Sansa back. She'll be expensive, but we'll get Arya and Jon Snow and the ones who survived.
I was trying to pull up or get a good picture to see where Aegon Egg is. Aegon does eventually become king.
I'll promote this for you, Blue. Live, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the West Coast, that's going to be at 4. Blue's House comes you with Tina from She Dreads Me. They're going to have a grudge match of the century. We are only 7 hours away from this epic encounter. Tune into Blue's House live. If I'm not there live, I'll watch the playback. I'll be there live. God willing, I'll be there.
This little map this deal of the family tree they give you, it's not like it's not a good one, but it's not the one I wanted. Okay, so where is Egg? By the time we get to okay, there is. Oh, sorry. I guess I could
Share screen.
Yeah, I guess I could do that, huh? Sorry, it's super zoomed in because the site is super stupid. So let's see. We know, obviously, Rhaenyra, blah, 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 blah. I think Aegon, they are going to be a little bit after. Not too much.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at? Who is this? It's not that Aegon. Baylor. Not that Aegon. Hold on. Is it this one? No. All these fucking Aegons. Okay, there's Prince Aemon from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I saw the picture of him.
There's
He was up in the
Aegon.
wall. He was exiled to the wall.
Yeah, because he's Aegon's brother. There's Aegon right there. Egg.
Huh.
He is Sir Dunk the Tall's squire. Eventually, he does become king. And he is King Aegon. I'm not good with Roman numerals. What is the V? The 5th?
Mm-hmm.
The unlikely, the fortunate egg. They called him the unlikely because I don't think he was. I think one of his brothers gave up being king. Was it Aemon? I don't remember. The Targaryen story is long.
Okay, Dwayne clarifies that there's no need for 2 shows. That's what I'm saying, chill. Star Wars has Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Acolyte, Andor. We can do 2 shows.
I hate that Joffrey and them are on this tree. Why the fuck are they on this tree? They're not Targaryens.
They're Baratheons.
But technically, Robert is Targaryen.
How? Keep scrolling up. Stephen Baratheon is his dad. Okay.
It's from his mom's. It's his mom's side. I'm trying to figure out even why they even have them.
I forgot Jason Momoa was in this. That's where we kind of first saw him.
Khal Drogo.
Uh-huh. If you get to say you were in Game of Thrones for 1 season, yeah, the first, the one everyone has already seen or started with.
Let me see. Robert
Baratheon. Aegon the Fifth, I think. The fifth, they say.
Okay, so he's the 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. A show isn't made.
Robert Baratheon is related to the Targaryens through his grandmother, Rhaelle Targaryen, who was the daughter of King Aegon V, which would be Egg. This makes Robert a second cousin to Daenerys and Rhaegar Targaryen. Specifically, Rhaelle was a sister to King Jaehaerys II, making her and Jaehaerys' son, King Aerys II, Targaryen's first cousin. Robert's father, Stephen Baratheon, was a son of Rhaelle, and thus Robert is a descendant of Aegon Egg.
There just comes a point where I stop listening and I'm just, okay, he's a Targaryen. All right, he's a Baratheon.
I love that shit though. I love that I love that it's such a thought out universe that we can go back generation to generation to generations. Like, no, like our family's been in power I love that shit. I love the Game of Thrones universe. Shit's fun. Fun.
It was fun. So that is the George R. R. Martin's there. Yeah, all these guys in the HBO series. Then DC Black Label and Beyond. That is comic book related. And I don't think much of you care about that. I will skip past it. Mercy, an exclusive first look with Chris Pratt, Callie Reese, and Timur Bekmambetov. Bekmambetov. So that's going to be a show called Mercy.
Okay.
Apple TV Plus presents Slow Horses. I really don't care. Marvel Comics Spider-Man and his venomous friends. Spider-Man's in space and Mary Jane is Venom. The VP and executive editor. Oh, yes, comic books. I know Nick Lowe. And Jordan D. White, the worst thing to happen to the X-Men. Just take my word for it. Oh, Cross. Hold on a minute. Is that just a picture? Prime Video's Cross hit series based on the worldwide best-selling novels by James Patterson returns to Comic-Con with an exclusive first look at the second season of the thrilling crime drama, starring Aldous Hodge as Detective Alex Cross, joined by additional cast and creatives for a darker, jaw-dropping, and more unpredictable new season. The panel will reveal shocking new cases, high-stakes revelations, and the intense character moment that had made Cross a standout hit. Reminder, they filmed and shot Cross before season 1 came out because they were so proud of it. They knew this was going to be a thing. So this has been in the development for a long time. I don't think they knew how successful and how cool that villain would have been. Damn, I forgot his name. Was his name Edmund? Damn, I forgot the guy's name, but he was the copycat killer. They didn't know how good he'd be, so he might not show up. But if they did, they would like bend, and maybe they gave him a post-credit scene now. Just him in the jail cell, secretly behind it all. Okay, probably the best Invincible panel in the history of Invincible panels. Stephen Ewan, Gillian Jacobs, co-creator, showrunner Robert Kirkman, and members of the star-studded voice cast for exclusive conversation filled with season 4 teases, behind-the-scenes insights, and surprises Invincible fans won't want to miss. Has Invincible recovered from the fight with Conquest? Will things ever be the same with Eve? Will there be more Omni-Man in season 4? Where's season 5 William? All questions that may or may not be answered. I feel like whoever wrote this article was trying to, like Invincible. I like it. They didn't care about the other shows. RoboCop 35 Years of Justice. Are you a RoboCop guy?
No. I've never even seen RoboCop.
Yeah. He freed Sting from WCW. FX's Alien Earth, moderated Q&A.
I do want to see. I haven't started Alien Earth yet, but I'm going to watch.
Yep, they're going to be there at Comic-Con. Join series creator Noah Hawley and the EP David W. Zucker, scot-free, and the casts for this critically acclaimed sci-fi horror series. Adult Swim presents Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal Season 3. I didn't watch Season 1 and 2, but sure.
No idea. I've heard of it, though.
Paramount got Running Man featuring Glenn Powell. I believe that it would be him there. No, it's not. That's not him. Is it? Whoever that is.
Let me go back up.
DC. Yeah, it is him.
That's him.
DC Paramount Pictures Running Man. DC Comics Gotham City. Comic books don't matter. Toei Animation presents One Piece panel. Interesting. Marvel Fanfare with CB Cebulski, the chief editor. Someone can ask him, what are you doing with Black X-Men characters? Probably not. Prime Video's Has Been Hotel, Season 2. Marvel Comics' X-Men with Tom Brevoort. Capcom. G Kids presents All You Need Is Kill. Jim Lee and Friends. That sounds like not eventful. Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Games Live. Yeah, whoever likes that stuff. That's it. Blumfest.
Blumfest.
Walking Dead's Daryl Dixon on AMC. Ahead of season 3's final 2 episodes, the cast and executive producers discussed the remainder of the season, which tracks Carol and Daryl as they continue their journey towards home, and the ones they love share exclusive new footage from the show. What's this here? HBO's It, Welcome to Derry. Never before seen clips and conversations with the cast and creatives. Join the cast for an exclusive look at never before seen footage. That's what they just said. From Warner Brothers TV. Panelists include Andy Muschietti, the director, EP, Barbara Muschietti, the EP, Jason Futz, the showrunner's EP/EP, Brad Caleb Kane, Taylor Page. I think I saw her in, never mind, I don't remember. Jovan Adepu, Chris Chalk. Yeah, they'll do something. Make you interested in the It, Welcome to Derry. Will you tune into that? We'll probably cover it if something happens.
Yeah, I'm interested in some of the stuff. I'll be watching the tweets as they come in.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will have Clark Gregg, Agent Phil, Agent Melinda May, Daisy Johnson Quake, as they reflect. Oh, that's just the 3 of them? They made it sound like it'd be more. DCKO, what's next?
They probably didn't want to.
They don't want to say who. They don't want to come? What do you mean?
You said they've only got just those ones going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rest probably just were like either busy or didn't want to.
They got the big 3. Batfam sneak peek screening and Q&A. Up next for Marvel Animation, join the special behind the look scenes for Marvel Animation. And they just got a picture of Eyes of Wakanda here, our favorite show. I watched every episode of this show. Bob's Burgers, okay. Yo, it's New York Comic Con, bro.
Bob's Burgers is great.
Yeah. What's this? Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 1? Why not? People like dinosaurs.
They talked about their video game yesterday. Return to the Park or something. Park Quest or something like that. It doesn't look bad.
Women of Marvel panel. That's nothing. X-Men Days of Future Past cast.
What are they coming for?
Just to say we were in a movie way back then and we're cool. From the halls of Xavier schools to the time-bending events of Days of Future Past, these fan-favorite stars reflect on what it meant to bring Marvel's mutants to life back on screen. Expect behind-the-scenes stories, character insights, plenty of love for the films that reshaped superhero cinema. It's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it's not nothing. If you really like the actors, James McAvoy, Elliot Page, Nicholas Holtz, then that'll be a cool little, I'm starstruck. Yeah. Adventure Time. Phineas and Ferb. I love that show. And that's that. You can get tickets now. That's your NYCC Comic Con. NYCC.
D23 will be coming up too.
All the X-Men films are mid, in my opinion.
I like Days of Future Past a lot. I think Days of Future Past is really good. I think that Dark Phoenix one is trash. Terrible.
I really liked X-Men 1. In the last time I watched it on Disney Plus when I had it, I was like, okay, it's not as good as I remembered. I still liked it. X-Men 2, man, like that movie a lot. X3, That one you can call it mid. I would agree with you, but I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm. That one
I think the Wolverine, think that was a bad one. Not mid, bad. I think it was bad, but it had its moments. Everything else I liked, I loved. Even Apocalypse, everyone didn't like that one. I'm like, this is cool, especially with Quicksilver scene. I liked it.
I don't like that one. I don't like how they did Apocalypse. I hate Storm in that. Psylocke she was fine, I guess. I didn't like that one either.
That's pretty big for NYCC. Are they trying to make it a thing? You know what will make it a thing? The news that comes out of it. Okay. Fanatics Fest is something that took place in the summer. A lot of NBA players, a lot of personalities were there. And it was eventful. I even remember Kevin Durant got traded from the Phoenix Suns to Houston. Well, where is he again? He got traded, right? And that was we saw it. We saw it live. We saw him reacting. So what happens at Comic-Con is also important. Make people want to go, make people think about it. I think it could be better. Ricardo. Sanju says X-Men First Class and Logan are top tier. Oh, I didn't even mention Logan. But I also didn't mention the Dark Phoenix movie. Bad movie. Oh, bad movie. I had a YouTube channel during that era too. And it wasn't a good movie. I'll defend Apocalypse though. The Wolverine was not bad. The Japan one? The Japan one, when he even opens the box at the end and it's got his yellow outfit. The Wolverine was tough. CCXP is usually fairly important to the nerd calendar. It's risen to prominence over the years. Brazil's Comic-Con, CCXP? I heard it, but I think it also depends on like you said, the release calendar, the nerd calendar. We all know that Comic-Con happens in July, right? We know that. And we know the New York Comic-Con happens in October. Studios usually take a break around that Christmas time, around that January time. So what is like the next month? CCXP happens around March, right? CinemaCon happens around April. Yeah, man. X-Men Days of Future Past is one of the best. Totally. All that talk is making me want to watch it right now.
Yes, they are doing something for the boys. That spinoff. They showed. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here real quick.
The Boys. You got it bookmarked on Twitter?
Yeah, you can go to Twitter. It's on there now.
CCXP is usually in December. Thank you. A lot of leaks come out.
First look at Soulja Boy, Jensen Ackles, Bomb Sight, Mason Dye, Private Angel, Elizabeth Posey, and Torpedo, Will Hockman, and Vought Rises. This is them. Vought Rises.
Why did he say Vought Rising? This is misinformation. People pretending they know something when they don't. Vought Rises.
Oh, no, it's Rising.
Oh, yo. Why are these YouTubers doing misinformation? Pretending to know what it is?
It's Rising.
Rising.
But yeah. That's there. That'll be there. I think they're talking about it.
No, we usually wait for the end of the show, but that's a smooth transition into the this or that.
The choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that.
Let us know. It's the Soulja Boy, the Soldier Boy. Which? This or that? Or this or that? Let us know in the live chat who you got, bro. We got one guy who can crank it. He can really crank it. And he can well, what's the other ones that he had? He had just got my report card. Throw some D's on it. That was great.
Hey, Soulja Boy, can I trick ya? Hey, Soulja Boy, can I blah, 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 blah.
You remember the phone number from Kiss Me Through the Phone?
Call 789998212.
Baby, you know
that was
I miss
somebody's real number because we were calling that shit to people. That was somebody's real number.
that guy. And then we got Soldier Boy from the show The Boys, who comes in and he doesn't just make you laugh. He entertains you, man. Quality actor, quality acting. World famous show, 5 seasons worth. Spin-off. What did Soulja Boy ever spin off to? Doing vlogs and dissing people on the internet? We got a superhero versus Soulja Boy, who says he invented superheroes.
I'm going with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. Too many classics, too many childhood memories. Crank That Soulja Boy came out and I was in middle school. And then of course she got a dunk. I mean, he had some classics during that time. That was around the same time we're getting songs like Halle Berry, you know, all those dance songs.
All the dance songs. And he's never stopped. He always entertains us. He goes online. I hear about how he owns Mario and he can sell you a Nintendo 65. Like, this guy gives you quotes. He copied my whole flow bar for bar. Drake.
He wasn't wrong on that though, but at the same time, Soulja Boy also be saying some off the wall shit too. But Soulja, I like that he got all those ugly ass tattoos removed off his face. Soulja. When he came
Darius has voted.
Dark,
I got me some
Bow
baby.
Wow. Yeah.
Y'all remember the Shootout song? No, remind me. I don't remember. Stamina, he's sticking with the Brit. He got Ramsey Bolton. Jensen Ackles entertains me way more. That's one vote for Soulja Boy. I was in my senior year of high school when Soulja Boy came out. I was on my way to my freshman year of college. So many Crank That songs spawned from that. Crank That Spider-Man, Crank That Batman. I remember them.
Crank That SpongeBob.
Everything was Crank That. I saw Soulja Boy get in an internet beef on Twitter with Randy Orton. That's a wrestler.
He's got Crank That. Of course, yeah. Blowing Me Kisses, Report Card,
just
Booty Meat, Bird Walk. Lock me here that Bird Walk. I forgot about fucking Bird Walk. Lock me here that Bird Walk. I forgot about Bird Walk. Yeah, Bird Walk. That was the days of music videos too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good music video.
Yeah, he got there, right? The transition between that music video, all that stuff, and then the YouTubing. Like, he battle rapped Super Hot Fire and won. He was the first one.
Yeah.
He got it.
Hey, you there. Hey, you there. Hey, yeah, I remember that one. Draco, Pop Off, Hop Up out the bed, turn my swag on.
Oh,
took a look in the mirror, said, "What's up?" Pretty.
Why is this a competition? This is so easy.
It's not. Pretty boy swag. Hey, pretty boy swag. This right here is my swag. Them was the days, bro. Oh my god. Gets me through the phone. Yeah, it was the days.
Yep, Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. He needs to sit next to Shannon Sharp if he hasn't already. That would be an entertaining one-on-one.
Soulja had some classics.
Soulja Boy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find a Soulja Boy song where he talks about money, and then I'll put that into a super chat. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna immortalize him. But for now, we got this song that talks about money. But I'm rich. John Campia said he thinks Homelander is the best TV villain. What do you think that guys think is the best TV villain? Oh, animated Joker.
I was gonna say Joker, but I didn't know if that was fair. Best TV villain.
You
Oh,
guys ever watch
Joffrey.
Lost?
Joffrey.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Ben Linus, I think, is a good TV villain.
Because
My name is Henry Gale.
I think like with Homelander, it's like, yeah, like when he's on screen in scenes, like we were talking about that one day, it is a literal fear that you feel as an audience member for the people in whatever room, because you don't know what he might and might not do. But with Joffrey, each episode, it was like a raging hate.
Yeah.
Like you actually want, like, I don't know that Anthony Starr was receiving death threats and things because he played Homelander so good. I don't even the actor's name that played Joffrey. I'm not sure, but he played that to a T. Because I still say, even when as many times as I've seen the death of him, it still doesn't satisfy. It's not for the caliber of hate that character gave.
He's the best.
It's hard to like.
It's hard. We have to, like, okay, there's the animated villain, there's Joffrey, who is the king of all villains. How about female villain? Who could we go for that?
Shit, his mama.
Yeah. Honestly.
Shit. She was a fucking bitch too.
I'll give you a wrestling villain. Paul Heyman. He does a good job there being a villain. Thanks for that $4.99 buck stats. There's more.
I take what's mine and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours.
Yeah, I am too fly. Chill, I'm visiting Toronto pretty soon. Been there a few times. Any recommendations on a burger or a Chinese spot? I'll tell you this. You're covered. Food everywhere has food. There's so much diversity here and options that you can have. So, and it's a big city, right? This isn't Norman, Oklahoma. I might recommend you somewhere, but you're staying in a hotel 10 hours away. It's a big city. So I guess if you're going downtown, try Firefly Burger, because you'll be downtown at Yonge and Dundas Square. Firefly Burger, because you're visiting, and I know that that's what you would touch. And then you said a Chinese spot. You already know it's the new Ho King. Get the fried rice and the dip sauce, but keep the blammy at home. Firefly Burger would be the one. I was gonna ask you, like, oh, what about you? But that is directed towards
what? Who says that?
Kendrick Lamar
says that
during Euphoria.
Yeah, during Euphoria, he says that.
New Ho King. That's on Bathurst and Spadina, maybe. No, it's not. That's those. Maybe it's Queen Street and Spadina. Maybe. But yeah, they're both downtown. Check that out. Joffrey is definitely
Game of Thrones character too. He asked you other questions in there.
Repeat that.
He asked you other questions in his super.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. Favorite character. Sorry. Thank you. Favorite character from Game of Thrones. I say varies. Favorite character? Jon Snow. Yeah. I like Jon Snow the best. What is Dead May Never Die? That guy was cool.
What is Dead May Never Die? Are you talking about Ironborn? Theon?
He was all right. Yeah. He had like a good character arc. Robb Stark was nice too. That his friend. Khal Drogo was cool. He's wearing a crown and he melted the gold over his the Targaryen boy, Viserys.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite character is Jon Snow, who knows nothing. Nah, my favorite character is his girl. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
His wife in real life?
Yeah, her.
Yeah. My favorite character in Game of Thrones probably is going to have to be
Ned Stark?
No.
Arya.
No.
Intense question.
That is a tough one. I don't know.
Well, then who are you?
I really like. Well, I'm not gonna say he's one of my favorites. Jamie is one of my favorites. I really like Brienne though as well. But I also I agree with I am too fly saying Varys, because Varys is cold as a motherfucker. But I think it's Peter Dinklage.
Fucking Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion. I think it's Tyrion. Tyrion's great. To be honest, it's the dragons if you really want to be real, but Tyrion's great.
Dracarys.
Yeah, that shit couldn't be real. Like, if we could have dragons, you don't want to see me with a dragon.
Okay. Good to know.
Nah, you don't want to see me with a dragon. You don't want to see me with power like that. I would be like, bend the knee.
For sure.
If no, Dracarys. No questions, no nothing like that. That's why all this talking they do sometimes, I'm like, you have a dragon that you can, with one word, end this shit. It's like, oh yeah, but you don't want to burn the people. Well, sometimes you gotta burn shit to rebuild shit. I know everybody I didn't like her villainous route either, but I mean, how else was she gonna burn Cersei to the ground? She was in the castle, so I have to burn the castle. Don't agree with it, but I get it. And I also wasn't satisfied with Cersei's death. she shouldn't have died in just rubble. I wanted that bitch to die.
Yes.
But how she got that nun back, that was cold as that's probably one of my favorite scenes when she says I'm ready to meet my god. She's like, what? Now? Today? Oh no. She says, Sir Gregor's your new god. Then she said shame. That shit is it's probably one of the coldest scenes.
I forgot that happened, I forgot. I hope I forget it again when I do my Game of Thrones rewatch. Yeah, that's a great shame.
Scene.
Tchala, sit.
God damn.
You can take care of that before we start the next one if you need to.
I'll get it in a minute.
Okay. We start the next one. We go over to Beau Demayo. Yes, since yesterday, he's talked a little bit more. And this is the tweet you want me to read. It says, I said I understood and sympathized with their hesitancy. You all forget we wrote this show in 2020 and early 2021. So reminder, Chad died August 28th. And that's when they were writing the show. So by the time they got to fucking episode 10, it was probably 2021. Okay. Marvel had no idea what they were doing with the Black Panther in the movies. Valid, right? So far. And we're also processing Chadwick. Like, this is super easy to understand if you even have a shred of human decency. Now, do I think they should have recast Black Panther by now? Absolutely. Like, what else do you want me to say? Darius, what else do you want me to say? Because I'm good.
Well, first of all, I disagree with the whole. I still understand and sympathize. Blah 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 blah. Marvel had no idea. Wait, is this the? I don't think this is the tweet.
Oh, send another one.
Yeah, that's not the tweet.
Then someone says, to understand doesn't require agreement. I understand, but I disagree with y'all decision. T'Challa
that's the tweet.
T'Challa was in the Fox animated verse in the 90s, voiced by the great Keith David. The fans would have loved to have seen him in X-Men 97 kick some ass. It would have been epic.
I disagree. Oh, sorry.
You go.
I disagree with where he said it's super easy to understand if you have even a shred of human decency. So you're trying to say Derek didn't have a shred of human decency when he said to recast his brother. Are you trying to
Oh,
say
yeah,
that
you're right.
his widow, when she said that, she didn't have the shred of human decency? And since we're talking about human decency so much, where the fuck was that human decency when y'all decided to recast Harrison Ford in Thunderbolt Ross's place when he died of cancer too, and nobody talked about human decency or memorializing him or honoring him then? But it's funny, we play this human decency card when it fits, or when we want it to fit the narrative or the agenda that we are trying to uphold. So I took offense to that, because what are you now trying to say, that I didn't have any human decency? I didn't care about Chadwick Boseman? Unlike the rest of you, unlike the rest of you that are that were introduced to Chadwick Boseman through the MCU, I cared about him before the MCU. There were roles I saw him in as Thurgood Marshall, roles I saw him in as Jackie Robinson before the MCU. So kind of come in here and try to throw it on this human decency level, trying to make it sound like, oh, you all are it's super easy. If you guys just really thought about it and you had some type of human decency, you wouldn't be out here screaming recast T'Challa and 2020 in the ways that, because I understand what he said in the other tweet. I do now think you should recast T'Challa, but in 2020, it wasn't a lack of human decency. It was a lack of it was a lack of understanding on our part of what the fuck you were doing and why you're attaching this fictional character to this real person. It wasn't a lack of human decency. So when you come on Twitter and you want to run your mouth and say shit, make sure that you're not talking like Josh said the other day, off the side of your fucking neck, because you weren't talking human decency when we were talking about Harrison Ford. You can't have your motherfucking cake and eat it too.
Wasn't human decency that was lacking. It was more so an overwhelming a lush of like emotional stuff happening. No one's lacking human decency.
Right.
To pick up a baton of what Chadwick Boseman was doing, which was making a black superhero just as popular as the white ones. It's what he was doing. And to drop the baton, that's disrespectful to him. And you got to have the emotional clarity, which I guess you're admitting that you didn't at the time. Not just you, Beau. All people who think that, well, it's too soon. No. Continue what Chadwick Boseman got started. That's his goal, right? We love him, right? Yeah, okay, let's continue it. So then someone says, understand doesn't require agreement. I understand, but I disagree with y'all decision. T'Challa was in the Fox animated verse by Keith David. The fans would have loved to have seen him in X-Men 97 kicking ass. It would have been epic. I don't disagree, but again, there are battles worth fighting and battles I couldn't. Could I have fought it harder? Sure. But part of being collaborative is picking your battles. And I knew if I pushed too hard, they would have told me to lose Black Panther altogether.
But contradicting yourself even there to me, because above that, you just said it was about human decency. And now here you're saying there are battles I could fight and battles I could, or battles I could have fought. What do you say? Could have fought harder. These are all battles worth fighting and battles I couldn't. So what was it? Was it human decency, or was it battles that you could? Because if it's a human decency thing, it's not. There's no battle to fight, because you're all in agreement that it's human decency first. Like he said last year, humanity over continuity. So is it human decency, or was it a battle that you just couldn't fight? Like which is it, Beau?
Human decency towards Brad Winderbaum or whoever's telling him no. All right, fine, I'll be decent. You're going through emotional pain. I'm not going to even fight that battle. I'll give you the human decency of you're dealing with your emotions. There, it fits now.
He didn't want to go back and forth with me on Twitter because I said what I said. He didn't say anything back to me because I also said doesn't matter the timing of the recast, because zero time has been given when zero time was given when recasting Harrison Ford in the role of Ross. Where was the shred of human decency there? Or does that logic only apply when we're talking about the black characters? Sure, feel the way you feel in 2020. However, we are far past that conversation. We are not talking about feelings and we left that conversation with Wakanda Forever. We had it for 2 years with people. You wanted to join the human decency conversation? You wanted to throw your human decency argument out there? You had 2020, 2021, 2022 to do that. We are not discussing human decency anymore. We are not discussing honoring Chadwick Boseman. If you want to really bring that conversation up, let's talk about how weird it is that you are still attaching him to Chadwick Boseman. 5 years later, this man has been buried and gone. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. It's sad. It happened. We mourned. Why are you still weirdly attached? That's what's weird. So you want to talk human decency? You had your time for that. We heard those arguments out. That conversation's over. pick something new. Done. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with it. He does not want to have the conversation with me.
I'll have the conversation for him. He is talking about in 2020 and 2021 the human decency thing. He's not. He said today I would recast. He is talking about the past.
Yes, but however, when he's saying that, have the human decency and everything like that. Again, are you trying to say that Derek didn't have human decency when he was saying to recast? I mean, not even that, but even Chadwick himself.
He was wrong then. I agree.
Chadwick never used the words actual, recasting, but as far as passing the baton, how important the character is, the deal he did honoring Stan Lee, where he stood up on stage talking about the character. I think, again, like Tina said last night, my mom used to say it all the time too. There's a time to speak and there's a time to just shut the fuck up. And maybe, just maybe, like James Gunn, he is spending just a tad bit too much time on Twitter talking just a bit too much, because sometimes when you lie, I'm not saying the man is lying, but sometimes when you do lie or when you say things, you're having to cover up those things and say this to say that, to cover up that, to say this, or you forget what you might have said last year opposed to now. So all these Junie B. Jones novels he keeps writing on Twitter, maybe he should take a step back for a minute. Maybe he should take a step back. And, not to get into the conversation that my source and I even had, but that is something my source even said. Just giving me advice, saying, be careful. This man is in the middle of litigations. Be careful. Don't know. But
Well, I've said this on stream. Your source easily could be Kevin Feige, a Disney executive, someone to try to pacify you and be like, no, just wait. Because remember, they said at Comic-Con, they're going to announce the recast. And that's supposed to, I guess, figuratively make Darius stop talking about that. Or Damson Idris, hey, you don't want to cheer for him because that may mean he's the T'Challa. Basically, stop trying to advocate for Damson Idris and stop getting behind that movement, especially during the F1 movie.
Yeah, but they also added in, I would go for Aldis.
Yeah.
I don't think that this person is a informant or anything like that. Again, without going into our deeper conversation, it was more so of just be careful talking to him and things that he says or things that he's talking with him on Twitter, talking about him on streams.
Be careful talking to him. When have you ever talked to him?
Talking with him or talking about him on Twitter, or I've talked with him on Twitter. We've had back and forth on Twitter before. Our first back and forth was when I asked him about, is T'Challa going to be in X-Men 97? And he replied with whatever the fuck he was. He replied, I said, does this mean now? Because it was after Captain America showed up. I said, does this mean we're going to see? Could this mean that we are going to see T'Challa in this universe? And what did he say?
I think he's like, keep waiting or stay tuned, something like that. Emoji.
Something
like that. But I don't think he was well versed in the recast, like the community of which we're a part of. He is now. He follows me on Twitter. He sees I know he does see my things because of I know he sees my things. So I think now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the notion. Cool. So he probably thought at the time in 2020 and 2021, emotionally overwhelmed by all that.
How though? How?
I don't know. People want to ride out for their favorite actor.
That's true, but I'd ask him this: how are you? Well, sure, go ahead. Whatever. I can't speak to everybody's different emotions. I guess whatever. Just how are you that connected to Chadwick?
Because of the important, great stuff he was a part of, particularly Black Panther. And then, okay, I gotta have some sort of loyalty to him. I love him, don't I?
Bro,
if some other actor just comes in his spot, that's gonna be a problem. Without thinking,
I feel you. I do.
That's all it is.
But when Kobe passed, I mean, I have a mural of the man right here. The man was painted on my wall when I was a child. I saw him play here in Oklahoma City. I mean, I loved Kobe. Not Kobe, not just Kobe, Michael Jackson as well. You would have thought I personally knew Mike the way I cried when Mike died, but that didn't stop me from, going to work and doing things and living my day-to-day life or whatever. I don't understand the personal connection that you have with Chadwick that then stops you from doing T'Challa things or Black Panther things, or where you could say like, oh man, I love Chadwick so much, as if he only played T'Challa. If you love him that much, then have that same sentiment with 42, have that same sentiment with all the other films he's been in. But it's just like, okay, you have this very, very weird attachment to Chadwick, who I can't say, I don't know if he's ever spoken to Chadwick or not, but if they has, what was it? Was it on a deep connection? Were you guys talking every day? Like, why do you have this bond to him, to where that bond then transfers over to T'Challa? If you want to weirdly be connected to Chadwick, that's cool. You can love that, and that's fine. But how does that transfer to T'Challa and the Black Panther? Make it make sense for me.
There is another tweet saying that I don't disagree. Wait, I just had it open. Why did it go away? I didn't say I didn't fight. Oh, you don't see that. Let me share the screen. Sorry. Copy, paste, boom. Here. I didn't say I didn't fight. I did, but you have to read the room. If Marvel is saying, Beau, we said no, me pushing it further isn't going to do anyone any good. Darius, I agree with this. If assuming he's telling the truth, quotes, Beau, we said no, which implies he asked and he asked again, right? Beau, we said no.
I didn't say I didn't.
Like, you weren't there, dude.
I can't believe. No, we weren't there. I'm gonna let you finish. No, we weren't there. But I can't say that I believe him on. I didn't fight. I didn't say I didn't fight. Okay, so then if you weren't able to get T'Challa in there, and you understand, because you say he follows you, he sees this stuff, he understands the importance. So if you understand the importance and things like that, and you understand the importance of the character, and you weren't unable to get that character, why not then transfer some of that Black excellence to Storm or Roberto? You chose not to do that.
He did try Roberto. They told him that's enough Black. You got to do Latino representation.
Okay, well, let's move to Storm.
Okay, you got him. Storm was what? Depowered. Storm was treated with less episode time than you would expect. Oh, the Black show writer, right? You expect Storm to be very much more featured. She had one episode with Forge, and even that wasn't like.
And that not even just Storm. I forgot because he was a fucking time traveling Uber Bishop. So if you weren't, as hard as you fought for Chadwick, in his opinion, they're the same, Chadwick and T'Challa, as hard as you fought for T'Challa, and since you say you fought, and like you said, dude, we weren't there. Well then, dude, why didn't you transfer some of that fight to those other Black characters?
I think that's a valid criticism that I agree with, but it's also not this. It's what about that? Okay, then what about this? It's a what about?
It's really not a what about though, because he just said I didn't say I didn't fight. So by you saying that, you're implying you did fight. So since you couldn't get that character, and you're saying because he follows you and the hashtag and everything, he understands the importance of it, then why would you then sideline Storm? If you don't,
he didn't follow me in 2020 when he was writing it.
Okay, well, still, was it in 2022 that he had a Black awakening? Because he likes to throw in there too every now and then. I'm a Black man every now and then. So what was it? You didn't have the Black awakening when you were writing. You had the Black awakening when you're getting called out for it.
Ricardo, I said I agree with what Darius said about Storm's criticism. I agree with the what you said earlier just now. You said talking about Derek Bozeman loved him, respected him, honored him. There was no emotions there. Or Simone, his widow. I agree with what Darius is saying. It's just agreement isn't a long conversation. It feels like I'm disagreeing more. I agree with that. It's just, how do you agree longer? Like, it just sounds like I'm on Beau's behalf or whatever. I could hear Beau. I have to hear Beau out. I have to hear him say what happened when he was trying to advocate for Storm, and what was he shot down with, and what was happening there.
What do you mean? What was happening? He answered a lot of that when people were being combative with him about it on Twitter. When we realized, hey, why is she just giving these fucking Hinduism motivational quotes to Jean to go kick ass, and she just stands on the sideline and just smiles while Jean is kicking ass?
I have a problem with that, and I did, Ricardo, say I had a problem with it's the final episode about forgiving the villain, and I'm like, what? Oh, Bastion, right? Forgiving him, and I'm like, I didn't like that. I think that sometimes you need to just kick ass, and just seeing a black woman go, I can just put that aside. I'm not a fan of it, so I'm not on Beau's payroll. I can easily criticize everything. So, and for your wait, did I was here. It says, I didn't say I didn't fight. I did, but you have to read the room. If Marvel's saying, Beau, we said no, me pushing it further isn't going to do any good. Like, you weren't there, dude, and it's truly insulting when you don't trust another black man to have his fight.
See,
that's what you
there
mean.
it
When you
is.
say,
There it is.
Now you're a black man.
There it is. I
got
told you. There's that card. He likes to play it when it suits him. When it
But
suits him. When he can use it to weaponize. Oh, yeah, I'm black today. Oh, I'm
Okay.
gay today. And when I'm both of them at the same time, oh, I'm strong man today. Yeah, I'm telling you, I got his number figured out.
But I also recognize that because he is black, that is why it was so easy for the Jeff Snyder stuff to catch you got a picture of him whether you wanted it or not. It was so easy to egregious findings for that to spread, and so it's true. It's not that it's not true, but yeah, fine. You did not see the fights I had over Storm and Black Panther, and then don't get me even started on Blade and the fights that I had there that literally got me kicked off the project. Bro, he didn't have fights fighting for Blade, and he didn't get kicked off the project? I can believe that.
I believe that. I believe he might have said some things for Blade. I can't speak to your advocating for Storm, because see, then when you say I had over Storm and BP. If you say you fought hard for Storm, was it the studio? Because if we go back to those tweets when he was arguing with people about the treatment of Storm, he never once said, well, the studio made me do that with Storm. He started going into deeper meanings about what it means to be a strong black woman, and how sometimes showing your power is not always in showing your showing strength is not always in showing your physical power, or whatever he said, whatever bullshit excuse he gave for Storm being a damn mammy. So when you say Storm and the fights I had for Storm and BP, brother, I don't believe that. Because you still had the ability to use Storm, and you still chose to do with Storm what you did with Storm. And you had Bishop. And again, he was nothing more than a time-traveling Uber. Oh, sure, let me go back here and I'll go pick them up. Oh, yes, Massa, I'm coming back. Oh, I got them here too. Let me tap on dance back to the future. Like, nah, bro, like, that's why I said he used it there. Like, bro, it's truly insulting when you don't believe in other black men. Oh, I'm black in this post. Give me 3 more posts. I'm gonna be something different. Switching hats.
So he could easily tell me, yo, Bishop wasn't gonna be part of the show at all. And I got him scenes there. I got him there and being on screen. And that was the mission that I actually fought for Bishop. He wasn't even supposed to be on the show at all. And I'd believe him.
Okay. But again, if you fought to get him in the show, is he not the showrunner? Does he not write the story?
He answers to people.
Okay, so if they agree to let him have Bishop, and you are writing the story and you're the showrunner, you somehow found a way to get your cartoonized ass in the show. You couldn't write better for Bishop? You couldn't write better for Storm? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have that. What I'm saying is I'm showing your example of power that you have on the show. You have so much power that you can put people, like real people, in the X-Men universe, like yourself and your boyfriend. So since you were able to do that, you didn't have that same writing ability to write better for Bishop, to write better for Storm. I fought to have them in. Good. So was it just a fight to have them in and then they're just standing and the fight ended? Or was it the fight to continue to write better for them? Which is it, Beau? What? Like, I can't co-sign that, because I fought to have them in and then the fight just stopped. Like, oh, I got them in. So That's good enough.
He was
Or
fighting every day for everything. He was fighting for Slim and Red.
if you were, why were you? I don't get that though. You're the showrunner. You're the writer. So the studio made you write Bishop that way. The studio made you write Storm that way. Is that what you're saying? Then why not say that last year when you got combated, when people were coming at you for it? That was not his explanation a year ago.
I would have to pull up those old tweets that he's answering to. I don't want you to. It looks like you're about to. It looks like
Oh,
you're...
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not, because I know what he said last year.
I know what he said, but what he was asked also, and the direction in which it came from, and the fire that you have right now wasn't what he was answering to, or wasn't the same. I can explain why we did something without having to tell you, or I can explain what we did and talk about how cool it was and what Storm represents and how she's and all this stuff without getting into what wasn't allowed to be done with Storm.
Like Tina just said, they let Beau control that show, same as Kugler and BP, Destin and Shang-Chi, and Jacques with Agatha. So that takes me back to, you fought hard enough with Feige and everybody else to get the blacks in the show, and then for you, it stopped. I fought. I got them in because you could have wrote them better. You could have done your job, but you was too busy writing the white characters to be white Jesuses of the damn show that you sent Bishop back and forth to the fucking present and future, and you sent Storm to fight some goddamn demons in the desert. But 22 hours ago, it's disrespectful, brother, for you to have this fight with another black man. he's a tough one, ain't he? He's funny. He's funny.
You did not see the fights I had over Storm and Black Panther. Don't even get me started on Blade. You speak of solidarity, but show none towards me yourself. And for your information, I tried a version of that scene where he's called Tchala, where he wasn't named at all, and the audience could assume it was Tchala. But I was given the more to clarify it's not him. I was given the more. Maybe he means the note. I was given the more to clarify it's not him. Like, what do you want me to do after that? Actually, as many black fans have pointed out, that scene did exactly what it was supposed to. The black leader is warning a table full of white leaders not to do the stupid thing and is, as in real life, ignored and later proven right. So, but don't look. I think I know what you're gonna do.
What?
He's explaining how the valuable message that came from it, and you're gonna ignore that he wanted to even do it without even saying it was T'Chaka's name, and he was told to do it. And then now he's just telling you, oh, look, someone black was there. White guys ignored it. That resembles real life. And he's trying to explain what the show, what happened on screen and the benefits to that. Don't take that as him defending the decision. Are you gonna?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I can while I'm tweeting with you, I can make up anything in the next, from one tweet to the next tweet. I don't know that actually happened back when they were writing it. I don't know that, when he wrote that tweet 22 hours ago about a black man being at the table, he probably just thought of that. Was that his thought writing it? I don't know. Because why wasn't that your feelings with? Well, okay, so you were picking and choosing when you were writing then. So you saw the importance of showing and displaying T'Chaka being there, and it being the importance of a black man explaining and warning white folks, and white folks not listening. You saw the importance of black stuff there, but you didn't see it with Storm and Bishop. Why do we keep coming back to this?
Why can't he just make a mistake with the storm handling? Why can't we just accept that he wronged that character, or he didn't do it up to the par that which we would love to see? Yes, he dropped the ball there. Understood. He did. Storm could have been way out. If I'm writing that show, Storm, we'd have given him the forecast in episode 1, which was cool, and then we'd have her very pivotal towards the middle of the ending. She would be there during I'm Gambit. Remember it. She probably, we'd have a reason. I'd feature Storm more. Yes, that is a wrong of Beau Demayo, wholeheartedly, that I agree with. But and he says we didn't see the arguments he had with Black Panther and with Storm. Okay, we didn't see the fights
because they weren't existent.
Because they weren't existent.
He made them up in that.
But now you're discrediting the man. And I don't want to do that.
I listen. When you tell me you fought for Storm, I can't advocate that. I don't believe that. And the reason I don't believe it, as I just told you, So the fighting for Storm was at a conference table. Feige's over there, some other white faces over there, and I stormed this, stormed that, da 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 da. I'm assuming they were being combative. No, Storm, not this, not that. And you fought hard for Storm, and you're telling us on Black Twitter, I fought for Storm. I fought hard for her. So when they finally said, yes, brother, bro, you can use Storm, and then you used Storm, and then you relegated her to fighting demons, giving advice, being gone, losing her powers, coming back, seeing the humanity in Bastion, Bastion telling her to shut up, her saying, oh. And so when you tell me that you fought for Storm, and I see the result of your fighting for Storm, I don't believe you fought for Storm.
We have visual proof that her skin tone was darker than it was during the X-Men animated from the 90s. That's something that he got in.
Okay, the voice actress said that she also voiced her concerns about her being darker. So it wasn't just Beau in there. Beau wasn't the only black voice advocating for her to be darker, if he even was a voice advocating for her to be darker. We know that the voice actress herself, it definitely was. She's talked about it.
Okay.
So I can't give that to Beau either. You're the showrunner. You're in there fighting, and you're telling me, you know, as important as Roberto is, and all this kind of stuff. And I thought you don't know the battles I did. Da 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 da. Then it's just I can't. You're right, Beau. I don't know the battles. I don't know the battles. But I'll tell you a battle that I really don't think exists. It's the Storm and T'Challa. How hard you fought for them battle. I don't believe that battle exists.
So the voice actor for Storm said it was her decision and it wasn't a Beau decision, or did she just say I was happy to see it?
She said that they had conversations. There were conversations about her being darker. She said because even back then, she voiced conversations back in the 90s about her being that too light.
And it didn't happen then, but it happened for the show Beau Demayo was showrunning. Give him that.
Do I give that to Beau? And I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being the devil on the shoulder here. Do I give that to Beau, or do I give that to a progressive fucking society? I mean, do I give that to Beau?
You give it to Beau.
I don't know that I give that to Beau. I don't know that I give that to Beau.
You give it to Beau, but you may not believe this, but when he tried to make Sunspot skin darker, he got the note saying, nah, we don't do that. So much for progressive society, Darius.
Hey, listen. All I can say is what I saw with my eyes in the show. Things that he said last year, and contrary to what he's saying now, typically, you know, let's use this as an example. George Lucas, how you said even from the inception of Star Wars, he has been saying it's for what?
12-year-old boys.
And that started in the 70s. Just quoted 2 weeks ago. What did he say?
12-year-old boys. We found out he said that to who was showrunning?
Then it's who he said it to somebody. The point I'm making though is that he said that originally in the 70s. You fast forward to now, we're in the 2000s, 2020s. His tone, answer hasn't changed. Less than 365 days and Beau's has changed. So I can't really jump on board with you when you don't even hold the same answer that you held less than 365 days ago.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? What do you mean, nah?
You're telling me it changed. What I mean is you're saying it's changed, but it's not the same question from the same direction. He was answering what happened, what the benefits were, what was cool about what happened, but not explaining that this was my original choice. I decided to do that. I didn't want something else. He's just telling you that T'Chaka was there, a black man, a leader, being ignored, and we saw what the outcome of. That's not defending the decision to sideline Tchala for T'Chaka.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to give Beau grace, you give Beau grace. I'm not giving Beau any kind of grace.
I don't think
because
it's a fact.
When you come on here today or yesterday and talking about it's bringing it back to the original tweet here, like this is super easy to understand if you have a shred of human decency and all that kind of stuff. that quote right there already pissed me off and turned me around a different direction, because you're now then saying that none of us had human decency and are thinking that a fictional character should have continued when a real life person passed away. That's you all that were weirdly morbidly connected to Chad, not us. And I think, and again, that enough time has passed for that conversation to be put to bed. That it's weird, it's morbid. Go see a counselor. Next, the stuff that you are still saying, again, contradicting what you said last year, I can't get behind you on that either. And then when you're talking about you fought for Storm, and then you told us last year, well, the reason it's not always about her being the most powerful one on the team. Sometimes strength comes from, or sometimes our power comes from our strength. Why couldn't Jean's power come from her strength? Why couldn't Scott's power come from his strength? Oh, just the black ones, huh?
I don't. What did I say? I'm applying grace. I'm not applying grace. I'm not. That's not me. What you're doing is filling in holes and gaps. I'm going off of what he said, how he's consistently been. I think you. Let me share the screen. This is him from May of 2024. From May, so this is before Humanity versus whatever it was. Hey, Beau, why was the Black Panther Tchala instead of Tchala? What was it, Tchala? And then he said Tchala. I think you misunderstood my question. I was asking why was Tchala and not Tchala. Someone says, I'd like to know, because otherwise it's extremely weird to show Tchala in an out of MCU continuity animated series when every logical choice would be that it should be him and not his dad. MCU Black Panther stuff should not affect other projects. I can't speak to this choice. It was never his choice. He's been consistent on that.
We know it wasn't his choice. We know that Marvel has some weird whatever mandate on T'Challa, but
what was the last 10 minutes I just went with you over?
Because that's not what we're talking about. We were talking about Storm. I said I don't believe he fought for T'Challa. I don't believe that. And just because he can't speak to that choice, just because he can't speak to Marvel telling him no, you can't use this character, does not then mean that he fought hard against them saying whatever. Again, the man's cat is named Chadwick, specifically after Chadwick Boseman. So when you tell me last year humanity over continuity, and then you tell me this year 22 hours ago if you have a shred of human decency.
We're talking in circles, bro, but
we're not talking in circles. Did you okay, let me ask you, in 2020, did you have a shred of human decency in 2020? In 2020, did you say, nope, I agree, Marvel, do not recast?
That wasn't me.
All right, then you didn't have a shred of human decency too. He's talking to you.
Human decency. Let's ask how that is. That's like,
I don't think we need to pull out a definition of human decency.
Yeah, no, I know what human decency means, but who is the human to be decent to? If the studio head is telling you with a tear in her eye, I can't do Chadwick Boseman, or if that's the company policy and you don't want to push on that and you've been told no multiple times, maybe he means human decency towards the person who he's telling no, the person who's emotionally still rocking. That's who he's saying having human decency towards. It doesn't necessarily mean Killmonger doesn't have, and Darius, that we don't apply human decency.
Okay, so if I'm using my critical thinking skills that we all should have, and I'm using contextual clues here when reading his tweet, he is saying, let me read the tweet here as all. He's not talking about then, he's talking about right now. He's talking about everybody having a shred of human decency. Let me read it in context for you. I said I understand and sympathize with their hesitancy. You all forget we wrote this show in 2020 and early 2021.
That's human decency.
Okay, Marvel had no idea what they were doing with BP in the movies, and we're all processing Chadwick. Like, this is super easy. So what he's trying to say is, this isn't hard for any of you to understand. Like, this is super easy. If you had even a shred of human decency, you would understand. That's what he's saying. So from that, what am I supposed to think? He's just talking just in this moment, or is he talking overall? Like, this is super easy. Y'all should have been understood this. If you had a shred of human decency, you would have.
Yeah, I get it. You don't talk to the guy who's mourning and try to hit him with the here's the facts, here's the facts. They're too busy going through it emotionally. So yeah, I get it. It is super easy to understand. I don't apply the human decency quote the way that you are.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely I took it a different way. I took it a different way. I thought I take it as he's telling us. So this is very easy to understand. It's very easy to understand why Marvel didn't recast him in 2020. Do you agree with that statement? It's very easy, like it's because that's your boy's words. Like it's super easy to understand. So is it super easy for you to understand in 2020 why they didn't recast him? Is that super easy for you?
Are you asking me a question?
I am.
Okay.
I'm using your boy's words. He said
The-
like it's super easy to
The
understand.
problem
I'm
with
asking you,
the
is
problem
it
with the
super easy?
question, the problem with the question, it's super easy. Keyword it. Me and you think that it is two different things.
No, brother. I don't know
Yes,
how
we
you think
do.
I don't know how you think it's two different things because the context of the conversation is Black Panther. So the it is recasting.
The it is they were going through it in 2020 and in 2021. The it is the beginning of this tweet. I said I understood and sympathized with their hesitancy.
Now we are talking in circles.
Yeah, we are talking in circles, but content.
Yeah, now we are talking in circles because this isn't the James Gunn conversation where you can say, oh well, he didn't say super family. We know what the fuck Beau's talking about because there's an entire thread dedicated to this conversation of what the fuck he's talking about.
And when I read that entire thread, I'm coming up with something that you are not coming up with. We just see things differently. It's easy as that.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
Take a sip too. Delicioso.
Did we get supers during that?
Nah, bro. They were just like eating popcorn and chilling. We got Buckstots who asked us about Campia and who our best villain was. And then I Am Too Fly came in talking about Game of Thrones' favorite characters.
Oh, we read I Am Too Fly.
Well, thank you to both of you.
Yeah.
She dressed me says, chill, Beau ain't want to do it. That's it. Literally, he said the opposite. He said he wanted Tchala. He said the choice wasn't up to him. He said he never says he did.
You know, yeah.
So he could be lying.
Yeah, because people say shit all the time. You know, shit. People say shit all the time. All the time.
People lie.
And especially if it's in favor of their personal interest, and cover his ass and to make it look like he's the good guy. Yeah, of course, people lie all the time. I just, like I said, well, I don't want to bring that part back up. I just don't appreciate that. I don't. I don't at all. You don't know me, nigga, to talk about some damn. If y'all just have a shred of human decency,
Let Tina up. She needs to be the moderator. Tina, you want the link? She said, I'm watching. Well, we were done. We don't have anything else to talk about. We did do the this or that's. And have a happy Friday, everybody. I would end the show, but I don't think. There we go. You're back. End the show? You were muted.
Was that everything? Has anything else?
Let's go. Here's the truth. Y'all begin this show way too effing soon. Maybe you shouldn't be up playing video games at night.
They gave us the Good Boy official trailer is next week, not this week. No, I'm not seeing that anything else is broke. Just a bunch of concept art for old movies and shows from Disney that I don't know why they always do that. Like share like concept art for what? Like who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Concept art for what Diamondback was going to look like. Okay. Scary Movie 6 news. Regina Hall and Anna Faris have made a statement about, Anna Faris is returning for Scary Movie 6. We can't wait to bring Brenda and Cindy back to life and be reunited with our greatest friends, Keenan, Sean, and Marlon. 3 men we'd literally die for. In Brenda's case again. Anna Faris' Cindy is so funny. Anna Faris as Cindy, that shit is funny. But Brenda in that damn fucking movie theater. So shit, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Oh my god, that movie's funny. Funny. Good times.
Good times.
Nope, nothing else, I don't think.
Okay, then. Let's say goodbye. But not before we say, all I do is
win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every
step up in the building. Spoiler Kings puts 5 up. And anything there. Great conversation, guys. Exclamation points. Ooh.
Appreciate it.
Exclamation point. YouTubers themselves. Check the Spoiler Kings out.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shut the fuck up. I do. Talk about me eating. All right. We are back Monday live 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for another riveting week of the Morning Report, where Chill and I will come to you guys with whatever happens this weekend and more news. So if you like what you saw, you're new here, like this video, subscribe to Chillmonger's channel, subscribe to my channel, Playing Fanatics. Again, we do this on Thursdays with Marcus on the Pantheon. He has the back of the bus. You can go subscribe to his channel as well. Tina and Torian also have channels in the chat. Go subscribe to them. And I believe Network is also still in here. He might still be, has a channel as well. You check him out. And Spoiler Kings, who just gave us that last super. Check Spoiler Kings out as well. We definitely appreciate them. They are good friends and always showing love and support. And we appreciate you guys, the audience, showing the same love and support. You guys are the best.
Hey, as you say that, check it out.
spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings, and Fendi sports.
In a sports bar, riding down Rodeo in the Maserati sports car. And then the bass kicks in. As you say that, look, we get this love. It's She, $5. I'm entertaining you. A great show.
Thank you.
Are you not
Appreciate it.
entertained, baby? Appreciate you guys, man.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So again, everybody have a very safe, blessed, fun weekend. I don't know about you guys. It's hot as hell here. So if it's hot, stay out of that heat. Drink water, hydrate, drink your weed, drink your water, drink your weed, smoke your weed, drink your water.
And watch us on YouTube. Watch our
us
ads.
on YouTube. Stay blessed.
Hey, check out yesterday's live stream clip up and cut up that we did, because it's on my channel. I got 400 views on it already. I'm actually happy with how it performed. It's in the chat right now. It's this video here. Beau Demayo reveals Ryan Coogler's power behind all things Black Panther. Talking about how you got to vet things through him and he vetoed stuff. It's doing great. So if you haven't seen it already, join the crew. It begins with this guy ranting. So if you want more of that, check him out.
You can check that out, and you also check out last night's Pantheon stream on the replay. If you didn't get to see it live, it was a good one. My buddy, my best friend, one of my besties, Tina, came in last minute, and I love when Tina's on the show, and Torian was there as well for the whole show. Of course, it was the one with Marcus. So come on back and watch that if you didn't get to see it. And again, we're live on Monday for another week of Pantheon. So again, have a blessed and safe weekend. We'll see you guys all on Monday. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Be blessed. Thank you.